Alright folks, update on the channel. I've been working on my Troll Bloods. They have paint, they have their front arcs marked, and they have flock on the bases. I normally don't flock my bases. I just got lazy, normally never did it, normally never marked the front arcs. Heck, I've had this unit to include, yes I know the sergeant's missing, hang on, to include the sergeant there since they were released. The sergeant needs more detail work done. At any rate, got the bases done. Marked their front arcs. Used woodland scenics for the grass, and I found some red rocks in my closet. God knows where they came from. But the minimum unit of scattergunners is complete. Again, other than the sergeant who needs some base work done on him, or some detail work. I'm working on his cigar and that sort of stuff. But I got these guys based up, ready to go. Matte varnished them. One question I do have for everybody out there that do bases, these bases, I've noticed over time the grass wears off and that sort of stuff. Is that something that like a spray matte finish could handle, or can I don't spray finish, I use a brush on. Is that something that you could do just to hold it down, or is that just something that's going to happen no matter what? At any rate, the grass and the rock combination, I liked how the mixture came out. It looks pretty good. The other stuff that I've been working on, been working on Jaro a little bit. I got some of his flesh done, some of his flesh highlights done. I'm working on the rest of him. He's a miniature with a lot of details, like the rope right here. Get this so you don't have to look at my fat finger. The rope right here, and you know, is just all of this. It has a lot of detail to go with it. So I'm working on him. The sergeant here, he is done, except for I need to pick out his chitinous growths right there, and I'm trying to work on his cigar. That's something that I'm gonna have to work on a little bit, trying to get it look the proper colors of brown for like a normal stogie type cigar. The standby, dogs incoming. Sorry about that. The scattergunners, officer and unit, and standard bearer here. I've still got some details I need to work on with the standard bearer, mainly the stuff on the standard itself, right up here, down here. I'm going to try to get some of this wood grain to show a little bit better. The standard bearer himself is pretty much completed as far as his model, just not the standard. That's about as good as I'm going to get him with the highlights in my painting capacity. If anybody has a good way to wash a brown color, please let me know. Sorry for shaky cam, guys. Let me know. I would appreciate the help on that. The officer here, I've done all of his highlights as far as his skin and the gloves, the wrappings, his boots. I went with a black boot look for this unit, and then I used coal black to try to highlight it. I don't think this camera is going to pick it up, but he's got a bunch of metals right up in here that I'm going to try to pick out a little bit better with some different ribbon colors, and get those highlighted. I need to try to get I tried doing their eyes. I think you can see it right there, those two little white glowy specks. It didn't turn out quite as good as I would have liked. I'm going to highlight another level of brass or copper color onto these guys, and right in through here. Much beyond that, he's pretty much done. And then I'll worry about getting his base completed. Now also with my dwarves, now I've not forgotten about my dwarves. I'll throw this one up here for you. This guy was painted for me by a friend of mine. He used some tester paints, which I have not duplicated because I don't like working with those colors. I think they're acrylics, they're not water based, they're oil based, so you'd have to have stripper and everything else to clean them. What I did is I did mark his base, and then turn this around so you can see it. I tried doing a rock and snow mixture down here. I think the rocks, whatever coloring they used, turned the snow a bit more reddish color than I would have wanted. So what I've done, all of my dwarves right now that are currently done are based like that to, you know, the mortar team is done like that, and the gun bunny. And what I've done with Gorton, I had him with just rocks on his base, and then I went back in after he had dried with the rocks on his base and put more glue right in here, and then just put snow on top of it. And I kind of like how this turned out. There's a pretty good shot of it. And I wanted more of the rocks to show, but with him already having pretty much straight rock all the way around his base, I decided to throw snow on him. So that's what's going on with that. I'll throw him up there so y'all can see him. He's coming along. He still needs some work to be done, obviously, but you know, are we ever really done painting our miniatures, guys? I mean, let's be honest, are we ever really done? Much beyond that, not a lot's been going on. Getting some games in when I can, and I hope to have some more battle reports out to you guys in the not too distant future. I know that it's been a little bit since I've posted anything, but real life work has to come first. As far as anything you can expect to see on the channel, for now I'll stick those up there so you got something to look at. The War Machine, my primary faction, I haven't picked yet. I'm getting out of Khador because they're just so one trick. They don't have options. Like if I decide, screw it, I want to stay back 500 feet and shoot from a distance, you can't really do that with Khador all that well. Dwarves are going to be my secondary faction for War Machine because I like dwarves. Hordes, I'm going to stick with Trollbloods as the primary, and I may pick up a secondary faction like Circle, maybe some minions, stuff that can work with Trollbloods. Obviously, it's just something I might try to do for a little bit of variety. Beyond that, there's some tournaments coming up I hope to get to and get some good showings in, and that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Again, with the basings, any suggestions to help me improve, I'd be very happy with. I'm really happy with how the green and the red rocks here turned out. Again, I'm not all that great at basing. All I do is essentially stick glue on the base, stick it in this, shake it around a little bit, and it's done. I'm not a fancy base kind of guy. But if anybody has any suggestions or any tips, I know the General has a couple of how-tos out there for bases, do let me know. And again, y'all keep on wargaming.